This is Ryan Watches a Movie, where we get our friend Ryan to watch a movie and tell us what he thought.
Gun balls out in the lumberyard.
Watching the Grunion Pro Magi. If you're listening to this, don't even waste your time.
Hello and welcome to Ryan Watches a Movie. This is episode number 209. My name's Adam Patterson. Joining me today, we got Kevin Rakestraw. How you doing there, Kevin?
Good.
Also joined by Ryan Holes. How are you?
Good.
Now, before we get your movie this week, I found something kind of interesting on the old internets here. So one of our listeners, Leo, compiled this list on IMDb. I'm not sure if you guys saw this, but I just found it interesting. It's called All Stars of Ryan Watches a Movie. Now, what he does here is he takes all of the movies that you've watched and then compiles the most actors that you've seen in these movies and then put it into a list.
Nice.
So guess who the number one person is on this list here? The number one all-star of Ryan Watches a Movie. Any guesses, Kevin?
Nicolas Cage.
No? Good guess. Kevin?
Oh man, it's probably like someone ridiculous. I don't know.
It's Adam Sandler.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yep, so
We gotta stop with the Adam Sandler movie.
you've watched 5 Adam Sandler movies.
Really?
Including Jack and Jill, Grown Ups, Click, That's My Boy, and Hotel Transylvania.
Damn, it didn't seem like you watched that many.
Yeah. Clearly we've returned to that well too many times. We need to not do that anymore.
Moratorium on that Adam Sandler well.
If you would stop making stupid movies, I wouldn't have to do that.
True.
Well, that and they always come out when nothing else is coming out. So
Yeah, yep.
it's really our only option.
Often, yeah. It's true. Number 2 is Diedrich Bader. Diedrich Bader.
That would have been one of my guesses.
You saw 4 movies with him.
Nice.
Where there was the, no, I can't remember the names in them.
Vampires Suck, The Starving Games,
Yeah.
Meet the Spartans, and The Country Bears.
Wasn't he in, what the fuck is it? The Haunted House, man. Or was he not? Am I thinking of the wrong?
Which one? Sorry.
The Haunted House with
I don't know.
Marlon Wayans.
I don't think he was in I don't know, though. I'm not sure. Number 3, Arnold Schwarzenegger. You saw End of Days, Hercules in New York, Sabotage, and Batman and Robin. That's 4.
That makes sense.
Tied up with Diedrich Bader. Number 4, Kevin Costner. You saw Swing Vote, The Postman, and Dragonfly. Dragonfly. Forgot about that. Oh, God. Number 5, Samuel L. Jackson. You saw 3 Samuel L. Jackson movies, Jumper, The Spirit, and The Great White Hype.
That's a shame. I feel like he's somebody that should never make stupid movies.
Yeah, but he is. He is.
Just a normal guy like the rest of them.
Yeah. Number 6, Kevin James. You got Grown Ups, Paul Blart, Mall Cop, and Hotel Transylvania. Good old Kevin James. Number 7, Ashley Judd. Saw 3 Ashley Judd movies. Tooth Fairy, Dolphin Tale, and Divergent.
Wow.
Number 8, Charlie Sheen. You saw Navy SEALs, Red Dawn, and Food Fight. Lots of threes here. It's a big tie.
Ooh.
Number 9, Maggie Smith. Maggie Smith. What?
Really?
You saw 3 Maggie Smith movies. Clash of the Titans, The First Wives Club, and The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel.
I love his reaction.
And number 10 was Kristen Stewart. You saw Zathura, Jumper, and Snow White and the Huntsman.
Nice.
Segment.
Yeah. You can go check that out, that list out. I'll put a link in the show notes. There's a list of 78 actors on here that are in your top list. So it's pretty interesting to go through and look at some of these.
That's pretty cool that someone did that.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, thank you goes out to Leo for putting this together. What movie do we have you watch this week?
Captain America.
Captain America?
Oh,
This is from 1990. Picked this in honor of Captain America Civil War coming out this week. This is directed by Albert Pyong. I have a synopsis here. Frozen in the ice for decades, Captain America is freed to battle against arch-criminal the Red Skull.
Ooh.
Yeah, this stars Matt Salinger, Ronnie Cox, Ned Beatty,
What? Ned
Darren
Beatty's in there.
McGavin.
Wow.
Heck yeah. Ryan, tell us a little bit about Captain America.
So in the 30s, in Italy, in fascist Italy, like during Nazi time, this group of Nazis goes to a house where there's a young kid. They kidnap him and they kill his entire family in front of him. And their goal is to make him a super soldier, but an evil one. And fast forward a few years, and the Americans get the same idea because the doctor who originally worked on the Nazi Italian kid flees to America and somehow lives through all that and then decides to give all of her research to the Americans and turn American kid into super soldier and make like a whole troop of them. When they're in America, the Americans take volunteers, and for some reason, the kid they pick, the volunteer they pick, is supposed to man the giraffe, but he was ineligible because he had polio. Now, I'm not really sure why you would want to pick a half-crippled person to be an athletic superhero and save the world, but whatever.
It's American Dream.
So they start working on this kid, and they're done him, and before they can create more, the Nazi doctor is killed. So they only have this one kid, and they call him Project Captain America. Well, they don't say project, but that's his code name is Captain America. And he gets to fight this Nazi super soldier, and they're in this hideout, and they come face to face, and the Nazi one ends up kicking the American's ass and handcuffs him to a rocket. And when they launch the rocket, he somehow grabs the Nazi guy and hits him also. So the Nazi guy ends up having to cut his hand off in order to detach from the rocket and stay alive. So this rocket launches, and it's over Washington, D.C., and this guy diverts it somehow, and he diverts it to somewhere, I think, near in Alaska.
Yeah.
And the rocket, like, crashes into the ground, but somehow it doesn't explode at all. It's just, like, skims the ground until the wings fall off and it loses rocket power and then finally stops. So then Captain America gets frozen for like 40 years for whatever reason. And then for whatever reason, one day he becomes unfrozen. Just well, one day it's like, alright, well, I'm not gonna be frozen anymore, and I'm gonna go save the world. So he goes to visit his old love, and when he visits her, finds out obviously it's 40 years later, or not 40, I guess 60 years later. And she's old, but somehow she has a daughter who I'm pretty sure looks almost identical.
It's the same actress.
I thought so, but I was there.
Yeah.
So they 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 meet up and rekindle everything. And when they see each other after 40 years or 6 years, it's like they instantly fall in love. And the other guy she's married to, she's like, yeah, fuck you, you're done. So they become best friends instantly. And he still has no idea who this daughter is. But the older lady and her husband are then killed by Nazis that turn out to be this super soldier donor. So they're killed, and instantly Captain America and this donor become love interest, and we're friends. And they're like, all right, well, we're gonna get him back. So their plan is to defeat this guy once and for all, because the president also asked him for help after he realized he's on prison. And he tells the Captain America that this evil Nazi is called Red Skull. He was somehow involved in killing, was it JFK, Robert Kennedy,
Mm-hmm.
and there's one Martin Luther King.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
And so Captain America goes to take him out, and they eventually get to the hideout, and fast forward to the very end of the fight because nothing important happened. And Captain America, this evil guy has a dirty mom, remote detonator in his hand. And they're conveniently standing on a cliff. And Captain America throws his shield, knocks it off the cliff into the water. Presumably, he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
And the remote detonator is also obviously wet, so it doesn't work.
Nice.
And immediately, this evil guy's daughter comes in at the exact place where he was standing beforehand. And as the shield is returning to Captain America, it decapitates her. And everybody lives happily ever
All right. So, what'd you think of Captain America?
after. It felt like a Campbell movie, like a straight to TV movie.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but I didn't enjoy it. Many of the things that happened throughout the movie happened because it seemed like that was the most convenient thing to happen.
Yep. So I watched this too
Oh boy.
for the first time this week, and I agree. This is like one of the worst scripts I think ever written in the history of film. It's so
It's that
Yeah,
bad.
there is some really piss poor dialogue.
everything. There's so much like just random exposition, and the pacing is like way off. Like he just has the suit out of nowhere, and they have like this really quick conversation to explain the suit, and there's like no setup. Like he's not training. It's just he goes from being this dude with polio to suddenly being Captain America, and he's like just dropping into like behind enemy lines. Like there's no build up at all. Like he's just Captain America all of a sudden. And b- before I forget, my absolute favorite thing about this movie, and the one reason, Kevin, that you need to see this is because several times throughout this movie, Captain America's in a car and he's riding in the passenger seat, and he turns to the driver and he goes, "Can you pull over? I think I'm gonna be sick." And he gets out of the car and he pretends to be sick. And when they get out to see if he's all right, he runs back into the car and steals their car and drives off. He does the same thing more than once throughout this movie.
Live in the middle of nowhere.
It's so funny.
How many times does he do this?
He does it twice.
Okay.
But the fact,
oh my God, I have so many questions now. Like, who is, like, are these allies that are giving him rides, or?
Yes, they're good guys.
So they're good, and he just fucks him over like that.
He just steals the first one's with Ned Beatty, and he just like leaves Ned Beatty out in the middle of nowhere.
Why does he do this?
Ned Beatty's like the best friend of the president. Children's best friend.
Yeah,
and
so
he's telling him all this, and he doesn't believe him, so he steals his car and just lets him in the middle of nowhere.
yeah, after he wakes up in the 90s, Ned Beatty tells him, like, look, it's the 90s, and Captain America's looking around, he sees that they're driving a Volkswagen, and Ned Beatty's a reporter, so he's recording the conversation, and he looks on the recorder and he sees that the recorder was made in Japan, so he thinks that Ned Beatty's like a Nazi or something. And then he pulls the old, "Can you pull over? I think I'm gonna be sick."
And then the second time he does it to the girl, this older lady and man's daughter.
Yeah.
And him were out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, they go to Italy, and he just randomly does it to the girl who's with him, who's trying to help him.
What is wrong with this guy?
I don't know, man.
Why is he stealing cars?
This movie should have been called Captain Asshole.
Did he ever just try, like, saying, "Hey, do you mind if I drive"?
No.
He didn't try that?
What's that?
One of my other favorite things about it is the fact that he doesn't wear the suit a lot in the movie. He just wears it at the beginning and then at the very end. And for the rest of the time, the outfits that he wears are amazing. He wears a black turtleneck for a good portion of it, which is incredible. And then there's another portion where he's wearing one of those giant 80s knitted sweaters. It's awesome.
Sounds amazing.
It's just, but the car thing, I'm telling you, man,
It's amazing.
It is totally worth seeing it just for that. And when he does wear the suit, if you notice, if you look at the letterbox page for this movie, you can really see it. The ears are not actually his ears. Like the ears are painted onto the suit.
No, they're not. Hold up, one sec. I'm going to the letterbox right now.
Yeah, go to the letterbox page and you'll see it.
This is ridiculous.
There's because his ears stick out through the mask, but in the actual suit they didn't. They just like made it flesh color, like fake ears.
Why? Why didn't they just cut holes for his ears?
I don't know.
Oh my lord, that is amazing.
You can totally see it.
This is the best thing ever.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is. It's quite a movie. It is quite a movie. I think anybody that complains about superhero movies now, like modern superhero movies, this is what it used to be like. It used to be an utter disaster.
And this movie is the first credit at the beginning of the movie. It's fully supported by Marvel.
Yeah, sure. I mean, they had to acquire the license somehow. But back then it wasn't like, I mean, these were popular characters and popular franchises, and Marvel and DC were, big companies, big iconic companies even back then, but the movie rights and stuff were just thrown around willy nilly. I mean, Roger Corman had the rights to Fantastic Four, I think it was, and they made that terrible Fantastic Four movie that never even came out.
Yeah.
And I think Canon Films also had they had the rights to Spider-Man. They made a really bad version, a bad Spider-Man movie that we'll probably have you watch at some point.
At some point in time, you're gonna get to see that shit.
Yeah,
Wow.
but
it's just great because I've always seen Captain America as he's a corny superhero.
oh, this movie is
And this
beyond corny.
and it looks like they took that aspect of it and they're like, let's just really focus on him being extremely corny.
But they did it so earnestly. That's the problem. It wasn't like they were having fun with it. It was all done in earnest, and it was just so horribly executed.
Well, that's the beauty of like the 80s and the early 90s. Everything was done so earnestly. It's amazing. That's why those movies are so wonderful to watch.
Yep. Going back to the beginning, when Red Skull straps Captain America to the rocket, the bomb, he cuts off his own hand because Captain America's grabbing onto him. My question is, why wouldn't you cut off Captain America's hand?
So wait, so he gets it.
It's in handcuffs.
You can,
So he handcuffs him to the rocket, right?
but he's like strapped to the rocket. You'd think he'd be able to just, because he grabs him.
I thought he handcuffed him there.
No, he's like chained to the rocket. He's wrapped around. His body is wrapped around the rocket.
But isn't the handcuff between Captain America and Red Skull?
I don't think so.
Even if that's the case, he cut Captain America's hand off, right? If you were handcuffed.
Yeah, he's
together.
chained to the rocket, and then he uses his hand, and he grabs Red Skull's hand, and Red Skull immediately pulls out a dagger and cuts off his own hand. And it's like,
I thought when he was waking up from his 40-year frozenness that he had handcuffs still with the Red Skull's hand.
no, I don't think so. Man, it's ridiculous. It's
So
like,
what's Red Skull been doing this entire time?
well, they never explain it, but he somehow lives forever.
I was gonna say, so he doesn't age or anything, right?
No, but in the movie, he gets plastic surgery to make himself appear human. Like, so
But he
he's
doesn't
not.
look any different at all.
Yeah, he basically just, they turn his skin flesh colored, you know? Instead of looking like the Red Skull, he looks like the Red Skull with a freaking flesh colored paint on his face. He looks like Jack Nicholson in Tim Burton's Batman when he puts the flesh makeup on to try to make himself look normal.
Gotcha.
It makes no sense.
Sounds ridiculous.
It makes no sense.
Well,
And
you
they
guys-
the Red Skull's daughters just keep finding him over and over. They just find him so easily. And it's just like nonstop. Everywhere they go, they're getting attacked by Red Skull's daughters.
How does Red Skull have daughters?
Good question.
How's that work?
Apparently, according to Wikimedia, he's a crime boss. So he went from a supervillain that was surrounded with the Nazis trying to take over the world, and he got demoted to a crime boss.
Sure. Why not?
Hey, you got to keep working. You take what you can get.
I also noticed that the dad from A Christmas Story was one of the villains, and I believe the mom she was also in it and played Captain America's mom. So it's a little bit of a Christmas Story reunion.
Looks exactly like Ralph.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure there's just no way that was an accident. The young version of Ned Beatty looks exactly like Ralphie.
I had to pull up my phone and go on IMDb and look that up.
Make sure it wasn't Peter Billingsley.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, so that was something I thought was kind of interesting. But plus he decapitates the woman at the end.
Who does what? Huh?
Yeah, Captain America, he decapitates a woman at the end.
Because when she goes in the exact same place that are now standing before him, and the shield is returning to Captain America. And while it's on its way to his hand, it hits her in the back of the head, decapitates her.
Yeah, and I think he has like a quip afterwards. He goes like "heads up" or something like that.
Yeah.
It's
So she's just, like, she's not even a bad person?
No, she's bad, but
okay.
Still, I mean, Captain America doesn't go around decapitating people.
Well, he does if he's got some great quips, some one-liners. Shit just happens. You gotta roll with it.
Talking shit though afterwards.
There's gonna be collateral damage. You got that shield flying through the air and then returning. Someone's bound to get.
And one point, in this movie, he doesn't have this shield. So I think it's a garbage can lid.
Yeah, it's like the lid of a trash chute or something.
That he uses for a shield and does the exact same thing as Ultimate Shield does.
So he's able to transfer that power to any like disc-shaped thing. Is that he can throw it and then it'll return to him?
Pretty much.
Damn.
I also like at the beginning when they first turn him into Captain America and the Nazi spy kills everybody in the lab. They shoot Captain America like 5 times in the chest and in the stomach, and there's so much blood. It's like his entire stomach explodes.
Then for the rest of the movie, he gets all freaked out whenever anyone shoots at him. But at the beginning, he took 5 bullets, no problem.
Yeah, he's like, whatever. He brushed that off, but whatever. It's a bad movie. The guy that plays Captain America, I don't remember if I've ever seen him in anything before, but he's really terrible. I mean, I know that part of it is just because the character is so bad. Like, all of his lines are they're just so awful. There's a funny review on Letterboxd that just says, I give this movie credit for being for giving us the first mentally handicapped superhero in film history. And if you see it, you'll understand. Like, he's ridiculous.
Matt Salinger, the guy who plays Captain America, he was in Revenge of the Nerds. That was his first.
Oh yeah, I know that name.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure. I don't remember him. I just rewatched that movie not too long ago, and I don't remember. Like, I don't remember him in that at all. He played Burke, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's one of the frat house guys, one of the non-nerds.
More than likely.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, let's talk about the director, Albert Pyun. So he did and is still doing a shitload of movies. Credits include, let me see here. We got Cyborg.
Nice.
From 89. We got Kickboxer 2.
What?
Yeah, The Road Back. We got Blood Match.
What?
We got Kickboxer 4. So he leaves for 3, but then he comes back for 4.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, Kickboxer 4 is called The Aggressor. Oh boy. Heat Seeker, Spitfire, Omega Doom, Blast. He did Nemesis. How many of these did he do? Nemesis 2, Nemesis 3, and Nemesis 4. And, he did all the Nemesis movies. He did a movie called The Wrecking Crew from 2000. Did a movie called Road to Hell. He did a movie called Bullet Face.
I love... There's a movie called Bullet Face.
Looks like it's a revenge thriller.
Sounds amazing.
Looks pretty
There
good.
better be a bullet face in it.
That's. I mean, he did one that's coming up called Cyborg Nemesis: The Dark Rift.
Oh shit! He put the two together.
Yeah, it seems like the. What are these Nemesis movies? There's 4 of them. He did Doll Man, which I saw. That's a really, really bad one. That's about a intergalactic policeman who is only 12 inches tall.
What?
Yep.
Why would you make a movie out of that?
It's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. When I was attempting to watch all the Puppet Master movies, I watched Doll Man because there's there's a Doll Man versus Demonic Toys movie, and then there's a Demonic Toys versus Puppet Master movie. So I was trying to like gather all the plot threads of this. So I ended up watching Doll Man. I didn't watch the whole thing actually because the quality was so bad that I turned it off. But I might end up checking out this Nemesis movie.
I actually remember this one. I haven't seen it, but I heard that it's actually pretty good.
A burned-out LA cyborg cop is forced by Commissioner Farnsworth to find his former cyborg partner and lover, Jared, who's about to deliver sensitive data to cyborg terrorists who wish to wage a war against the humans. Is he being played?
It's just that it seems like there's a lot of cyborgs, and you're not 100% sure what side the cyborgs are on.
Yeah, I might have to check that one out. I did see 1989 Cyborg as well. I saw that not too long ago, actually. That was with Van Damme. I'm pretty sure that was a canon film, actually. So what do you think of this director, Ryan? Are you interested in what he's got going on?
Nope.
What?
He also has a movie that's currently filming called Star Warfare Rangers and the Cyber Witch of Endor.
Oh my goodness.
Star Warfare Rangers and the Cyber Witch of Endor.
That sounds like he could get Star Wars.
This guy's all about cyborgs.
Yeah, he's got a thing for cyborgs.
He is.
He could get Power Rangers, so I just put them all together.
Yeah, he's got a bunch. He's got a number of movies that are coming up. He has one called City of Blood.
Ooh.
Yeah, that sounds fun. He has one called Algiers. He has one called Napoleon.
I really hope that those are like historical period pieces, just in between his cyborg-laden films.
Maybe, I don't know.
Cyborg mate Napoleon.
It's a cyborg
Napoleon.
Oh, Cyborg Napoleon. That would be great.
With his partner who's only 12 inches tall.
He did a movie called Max Havoc, Curse of the Dragon. Wow, this movie looks amazing. It's got an amazing cover, too. Ex-kickboxing champion turned sports photographer Max Havoc again finds himself in Guam on a publicity photo shoot.
Again finds some... But he keeps fucking ending up in Guam, man.
No matter what he does, he ends up in Guam.
You know how it is.
Max's helpful ways land him in the lives of the vacationing sisters Jane and Christy Goody, who have acquired a rare jade dragon, which belongs to the ruthless Japanese Yakuza. Will stop at nothing to get it back. And it's up to Max to stop the Yakuza, save the sisters, and restore order to the peaceful island.
Oh man, he did a movie. What is this? 1999's Corrupt with Silk the Shocker.
Oh wow!
Nice tea. You guys remember Silk the Shocker?
That piqued Ryan's interest. Silk the Shocker reference.
I forgot all about that guy.
He did also do a movie called Urban Menace with Snoop Dogg, Ice-T, Fat Joe, and Big Pun. Oh my god, Urban Menace.
This guy has a hell of a... Oh man, he did 2001's Ticker with Tom Sizemore, Dennis Hopper,
I remember
Steven
Ticker.
Seagal, Nas. Oh man.
I never saw Ticker, but I remember seeing the cover for that one.
Jesus.
That's a classic TV.
You know what? I know we're like laughing and shit at this guy's filmography, but I'm interested.
I am honestly, I'm mark my words, I will have some of these watched by Sunday's regular show. I swear to you, because I'm in the market for some cheesy 80s 90s action sci-fi, and this right here, this is it.
This is what you want. This is what you're looking for.
Omega Doom with Rutger Hauer. Come on, Omega Doom. I bet there's cyborgs in that too.
I just really hope that there's cyborgs in all of these movies.
I wonder if Silk the Shocker plays a cyborg.
I swear to God, I hope he does.
If Silk the Shocker plays a cyborg.
If he does, you have to write a 10 out of 10 for that one. I'm sorry. That's just how it works.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we probably would have to do that.
Oh man,
Postmortem starring Charlie Sheen. This guy, he's like the king of straight to VHS action.
Oh, we kept on even straight to DVD, straight to VHS.
I have a feeling. I have a feeling that a lot of these are not available on DVD or Blu-ray.
Yeah.
This kept on
Definitely not Blu-ray, but
YouTube.
What's
Like
that?
you can watch the full movie on YouTube.
Yeah, I bet a lot of these movies are available on YouTube. Probably.
More likely.
I could probably go to my local Dwayne Reed and find several of them in the bargain bins as well. It seems like one of those types of things. Find Bad Business starring Master P.
Oh shit.
Heck yeah.
He's an excellent actor.
He's an excellent everything.
What was that movie that he was in? It was really shitty back in the day.
Master P?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a movie with him in. Any final thoughts on Captain America before we give you your drum roll, Ryan?
Not worth it. Well, you know what? It is worth it to see it one time. Just to laugh at all the everything about this movie. They misdo everything.
I love this new trend of yours where you're like, it's good for one time viewing.
Yeah, just a one-off. I'm gonna say it does have 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's one of the few movies that has the distinction of a 0. I would say it's worth a hate watch, sure, because it is definitely so bad it's good. It's
Nice.
at that level for sure.
It's
hilarious.
The movie itself is probably worse than Cap 1, but I don't think it had as big of a budget.
I would
hope
venture
not.
a guess that it did not.
At least I hope not.
Will we determine it was a U.S. Yugoslavian co-production?
Yeah.
It had an estimated budget of $10 million. So, I mean, it's still pretty high. I mean, that's a pretty big budget.
10,000.
It is. For 1990?
Yeah, for 90. Pretty big budget.
Did you hear me say it made $10,000? $10,000.
Oh.
$10 billion budget.
Made $10,000. Nice.
Fantastic.
Oh my god, that's incredible.
Great investment.
People probably got fired over that.
I would imagine.
All right, Ryan, what are you gonna give Captain America?
1.
That is a 1 out of 10. Now, are you excited to see the new one, Civil War?
Kinda. It looks kinda cool.
Yeah, I'll be checking it out tomorrow. I'm going to a screening.
I'm gonna wait until it comes out on DVD. Because I haven't seen the first now.
Oh, well, you should definitely check those out. I don't know how much you would need to know of, because...
I mean, I can give you the rundown real quick. They make him Captain America, and he wins. So, that's about all you need to know, really.
Alright.
I mean,
you're up to speed, man.
At this point, I think that they're just assuming that you've seen all of the Marvel movies going into it. So, if you haven't seen the Avengers and all of those, there may be some things that are lost to you. But
I've seen both Avengers, but I haven't seen either Thor
I don't think Thor's not going to matter because I don't think he's in this.
Or either Captain America.
I don't think you need to see. I don't think you need to see the first one, because the first one is more of an origin than anything. I think you should probably see the second one. I think the second one is probably the most important one to see in the lead up to this, just from going off of what I've seen in the trailers, because it looks like Bucky plays a pretty big role, and he's the one of the central characters in the second one.
I was thinking the other day, why do they not make movie that involves the Avengers and everyone from Marvel.
Well, because Marvel doesn't own the rights to X-Men. Fox owns the rights to X-Men, so they can't have any mutants at all in their roster. The only one that they actually were able to have is Quicksilver for some reason. And I'm not really sure how that worked, but
so they have Deadpool too.
Fox does, yeah. Yep. All the X-Men characters Fox owns, including like X-Force, so like the new Deadpool movies, they're talking about Cable. They're going to introduce Cable into it, which I'm pretty excited about. But it's not without, because Sony owns Spider-Man, but Spider-Man's going to be in Civil War, so it's not completely out of the realm of possibility that there could be some kind of crossover. But at this point, I don't think Marvel needs it. And I don't think Fox needs it either, because the X-Men movies they do very well at the box office and critically.
I feel like a 3-hour-long movie of everyone would make a box office killing.
It might. It might be too hard to put something like that together. I think that it's difficult as is to make it like an Avengers movie when you have so many characters like that.
Yeah.
I think it's just difficult to put something like that together. But now, Kevin, I take it you're not interested in Civil War?
No, not really. I mean, I'll probably check it out at some point, but
okay. Well, you can probably stay tuned for my thoughts on Civil War on the regular show next week. Any final thoughts, Ryan, on Captain America 1990 or Captain America Civil War?
No.
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can send us your questions and topics to podcast@filmpulse.net. You can follow us on Twitter @FilmPulseNet, @FilmPulseKevin, and @MyLegsDon'tWork. And if you have a moment, take a look at our Patreon page, patreon.com/FilmPulse. Consider helping us out by becoming a subscriber. For Kevin Rakestraw and Ryan Holes, my name's Adam Patterson, and we will see you next week.
Yeah.